What if I told you that everything you believe about yourself is a lie? Not because someone tricked you, not because the world deceived you, but because your mind, yes, your own thoughts, have become the prison walls around your true self. You've been wearing a mask built from other people's opinions, failures from your past, and doubts you carry like a shadow. But the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they believed one radical thing. You are not what happens to you, you are how you respond to it. In the next few minutes, we'll tear down that false self. We'll uncover the real you, the version rooted in unshakable virtue, mental clarity, and personal power. And when we're done, you'll never see yourself the same way again. The false self you've been living with. Let's start with this. Who told you who you are? Was it your parents, society, social media, past mistakes? Most people build their identity like a collage of broken mirrors, each reflecting a distorted piece of reality. And the worst part? We believe it. We repeat those stories to ourselves until they become our truth. I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. I'm not strong like others. But the Stoics had one question they asked when facing such thoughts. Is this within my control? If it isn't, if it's just someone's opinion or a past event, you must let it go. Because your true identity isn't built from what you can't control. It's shaped by what you choose to control. Your actions, your thoughts, your character. Before we go deeper, ask yourself this. What false label have you been living under? Drop it in the comments. Let this be the moment you begin again. The Stoic view of self. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Think about that. If you constantly think you're weak, unworthy, broken, you begin to live like it. But if you practice courage, temperance, discipline, your soul starts to reflect those virtues. To the Stoics, your self was not a static identity. It was a living process. You were not born a fixed person. You are forged by daily practice. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." You want to know who you are? Don't look in the mirror. Look at your habits, your responses, your daily choices. That is your true reflection. Daily practices to reclaim yourself. So how do you start to change the way you see yourself? Here's how the Stoics did it. Daily. 1. Morning. Reflection. Wake up and ask, what kind of person will I be today? Remind yourself, nothing outside can define you. Only your actions can. 2nd midday. Check in. Pause. Breathe. Ask, am I reacting or responding with reason? Your mind is your fortress. Don't let intruders take over. 3rd evening. Self-review. Seneca did this every night. What did I do well today? What did I do poorly? How can I improve tomorrow? This is how you shape identity, not with affirmation, but with action. If these practices speak to you, subscribe. We don't do motivation here, we do transformation. Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus on identity. Let's bring the giants in. Marcus Aurelius. He was emperor of Rome, but he didn't cling to ego. He constantly reminded himself, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Identity isn't about titles. It's about how you live. Seneca. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. Your false identity? It exists more in your imagination than in fact. Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. If your response is rooted in virtue, then your identity is unshakable. Rebuilding yourself in the modern world. Now let's make this real. You live in a world of noise. Everyone's trying to sell you a version of yourself. Buy this, and you'll be successful. Act like this, and people will love you. Think like this, and you'll finally fit in. Stoicism says, no. You don't need to be liked. You need to be whole. You don't need validation. You need virtue. You don't need attention. You need awareness. Choose stillness over noise, wisdom over trends, depth over appearance. That is how you reclaim yourself in this modern storm. Identity is a daily war, and you can win it. There's a war happening inside you every day, not between good and evil, but between distraction and discipline, between lies and truth, between your false self and your stoic self. Which one wins? The one you feed. Start feeding the side of you that says, I am more than my past. I am my choices. I am my principles, not because it's easy, but because it's the only way to build a life worth living. Final message, the challenge. You've been told many things about who you are, but the Stoics only cared about one thing. Who are you becoming? Every day is a brick in your identity. Every choice is a vote for who you want to be. So here's the challenge. Tomorrow morning, wake up and say, today I will be what I admire, not what others want, not what the past says, what you choose. You do this for a week, then a month, then a lifetime, and I promise you, you'll never see yourself the same way again. If this video opened your eyes, don't just scroll away, subscribe. Share this with someone hiding behind their false self. And comment below. What's one thing you're leaving behind today? This is Stoic Aura, not just a channel, a movement. Let's build the real you together.